Previously on Ready to Die.
Yes.
Okay. All right, special conditions of your probation. After 48 hours from your release, you are to stay away from the metro Atlanta area.
A little more than a month after rapper Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, pleaded guilty, his attorneys now want one of the big conditions of his sentence to change.
In October, Young Thug was given probation, and one of the conditions banned him from being in Metro Atlanta for 10 years. But his legal team believes that should be removed. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert has the details.
I plead guilty.
Rapper Young Thug made the bold decision Halloween night to give up his right to a jury trial in the middle of his trial and change his plea to guilty. The Grammy-winning rapper admitted to guns, drugs, and street gang charges.
I take full responsibility for, my crimes.
Fulton County Superior Court Judge Paige Reese Whitaker sentenced Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, to 15 years of probation and banned him from the Atlanta area for 10 years. Last week, after the final two YSL defendants were found not guilty of the most serious charges they faced, Young Thug's dad said his son's guilty plea was his own choice.
No regrets, you know what I'm saying? He did what he felt like he wanted to do. So he's grown, he made his own decision.
Just days after this interview, his son's attorneys filed a motion to amend his sentence. They want Young Thug to be able to reside and visit his Atlanta home so that he can, quote, have family gatherings for holidays and other lawful reasons with his family, friends, and business associates. The motion says the Fulton County Chief Probation Officer has no problem with changing the sentence.
The question will be whether Paige Reese Whitaker objects to this amendment more than probation. Just because probation has agreed to an amendment or doesn't object to an amendment doesn't mean that the judge is going to go along with that.
Wednesday afternoon, Judge Whitaker did modify Young Thug's special conditions. In her order, she wrote, quote, if there are no violations of probation within the first 3 years, Mr. Williams can thereafter visit his home for up to 2 weeks at a time, up to 4 times per year. Young Thug's attorneys aren't the only ones filing motions. Attorneys for Diamante Kendrick, also known as Yak Gotti, are asking for bond. Kendrick was found not guilty last week, but remains locked up for 2 cases, one for contraband and the other a jail fight. The emergency motion cites the ongoing safety concerns at the Fulton County Jail and the recent findings from the U.S. Department of Justice about its conditions. Kendrick's hearing is set for next Tuesday.
Everybody understands that 901 Rice Street is an unsafe facility. Mr. Kendrick has a valid request.
As Thugger Daily reported several days ago, Thug and his attorney had asked for a modification to his plea deal as Thug was banished essentially from the Atlanta area by Judge Whitaker. As you just saw in the opening part of this video, you saw that Judge Whitaker banished Thug for some time from the Atlanta area. And about a week ago, his defense team filed a motion to allow him to come back to the Atlanta area. But Judge Whitaker has said no, basically. She said, no, we're not going to do that right now. We may allow you to come back later, but not right now. Well, in her order, she says, based on the consent, no objection of the probation officers in the state of Georgia, as well as the state of Florida, modifying Mr. Williams' sentence in the above referenced case, it is hereby ordered that if there is no violation of probation within the first 3 years, meaning before October 31st, 2027, then Thug can thereafter visit his home at the address located in the city that has been provided under seal, of course, because we don't know what address that is. And he will be able to visit temporarily. He'll have to give notification of 5 days. So it looks like he can't come back there to live, but he can come back there for up to 2 weeks at a time, up to 4 times per year, non-consecutive. So Thug is still essentially banished from Atlanta as far as living there. But if he can keep it clean for 3 years, then he can come back and stay in the Atlanta area for 2 weeks at a time, 4 times a year. But they can't be consecutive. So you can't run all 4 of them in a row and stay for 2 months, basically. So that's the most recent update on Thug, y'all. In order to get an idea of what Metro Atlanta looks like, let's take a look at this map. Here's Atlanta in the middle. Now, this is an unofficial map, but this gives you an idea of the area of the size of Metro Atlanta. It's quite a large area. And so Judge Whitaker banished Thug from this entire area except for special reasons that he needs to come back. It's actually part of his probation that he has to come back several times per year, but he can only stay for a few days. And also he's allowed to come back for special occasions like funerals and graduations. But then again, he can only stay for a few days as well. So that is the most recent update on Thug. Of course, we have updates coming for Yak and Shannon as far as getting out of jail. Those guys are still in jail, y'all. We have updates for Yak and Shannon coming for them trying to get out of jail in about another week, next Tuesday on December 17th. So make sure you check back.